One of my mom's favorite things to do is antique shop, and I love going with her to different stores while I'm in town. Checking out a new place today. It's really pretty in here. This place has bunny stuff everywhere. It's a little creepy. Everywhere. Alright, I'll go. This is where we found Burnie. My mom's gonna go knock on the door and see if it's their rabbit. For some reason I got really nervous about doing it, so I made my mom go in. I got like that awkward feeling of having to go ask these people, but also I'm afraid they're gonna say it is their rabbit and I don't want it to be. But I did make flyers. If it's not their rabbit, then I'm putting these up. But I want to keep him. What? What? It is?
Hello.
Hi. This is his little house?
Cleaning. Yeah.
Oh.
So
they were letting him just hop around.
it's not, but I think we can block it off so he can't get out. Of course, like the equine therapy type of process. So we're gonna eventually have. No, we still have to build the stalls.
Yeah.
Wow.
Cool.
Probably 2-3 horses, a pony.
You want to keep him, you're welcome to keep him. He gets a little grumpy when he's kept in a crate the whole time.
I bet.
That's why we had him roaming.
I know.
But if you don't want him, we'll take him back and we'll just hang out in here or hang out downstairs with the other animals until we can get him back.
Yeah. Whitney made up flyers and we're going to hang them up, and I thought, we're just going to drive in. She's like, no. And I'm like, no, we're going in there. I'm going to see if the rabbit
We don't
lives
have
here.
to tell him everything.
But anyway, I'm glad we found his home.
Well, the mystery has been solved. Burnie belongs to, I guess, this like, what's the word? It's a farm where it's like a, basically it's a mental health facility, I think. So they're helping people heal through being on a farm and being around animals, which is really, really cool. So couldn't have asked for a better spot. But they were like, hey, if you really like him, you can keep him. And I'm like, yeah. But I don't know, I feel like maybe he should be there. I was just concerned that maybe it wasn't like the most ideal place, because it's not like a family. He's kind of just like part of their roster of animals. And this guy, you know, he deserves a lot of attention and love. Hi, buddy. So the deal is they're gonna let us keep him for a few more weeks. And that actually works out well because they're not like fully set up yet. And so they're gonna fence it in more and make it a safer place for him, so they say. But yeah, I don't know. The fact that like they let him out, run around outside is kind of cool, but like they didn't know enough to like not let him out late at night. Apparently they were giving him just like room to roam, but by a busy road where there are like foxes and coyotes nearby. And they didn't really know that he was missing. Like when I asked, they were like, oh yeah, like we just didn't know where he was. Like, okay. And then they were just like, hey, if you want to keep him, you can. Like, I just kind of feel like, I don't know, is he disposable? So we're definitely going to keep him for a few more weeks and then check back in. Guess see what happens. So at least the mystery is solved and I get to spend more time with my buddy here, right? I mean, I guess if he's like filled my heart with so much joy, maybe the people that they have coming to the farm to heal from emotional things or mental health related challenges, maybe he'd be a really good therapy bunny. We'll see. Went for a longer jog today. Decided to come way down to the center of town. Lots of memories down here. Summer is almost over, so Not many people are down here, and it's a weekday. It's a Wednesday. In the summertime, this place is packed. This is the beach that everyone comes to. Now I'm trying to think, do we call it the beach too, or just the pond? I don't remember. But huge, huge part of my childhood. I actually wouldn't mind going for a swim. Maybe next time I'll come down here and bring my bathing suit. I've mentioned a few times in the recent vlogs how I've been watching Gilmore Girls. Well, I'm realizing now that that was basically my life. Growing up in a small town, everyone knew each other and everyone knew what was going on with one another. Coming back here, it's just always such a big realization of how great of a childhood I had, how fortunate I am, especially that my parents still live here. A lot of the kids from my school, like once they grew up and moved out, their parents moved away, which always makes me so sad. I don't think my parents ever intend on moving. So I would like to take my children here whenever I have them. And maybe I'll raise my children in a small town like this, because as bored as I was at times, this was such a gift to just grow up in such a beautiful, peaceful place that was safe. Seriously. Just gotta continue to soak it in. Sometimes it's hard to be present. That's one thing I've been trying to practice. Just living more in the moment and be more grateful for the present moment, what you have right now. Oftentimes it's about taking breaths. The nice thing about being here is it's so quiet, and it also smells magnificent. So it's generally easy to take some breaths and not to take some breaths. It's generally easy to be more present. So I think I'm gonna sit down on one of these benches and maybe meditate for a little bit. I wish I had just caught this moment on video. These two little girls were walking by me and they both said hello so sweetly and politely, and I just thought, wow, I live in Los Angeles where kids will not say hello to you because either they're scared or shy, or that's just not what you do in a big city. Another reminder of being in a small town. Oh my gosh, I mean, look at this. It's so funny because, like, you know, in LA I'll spend time like thinking about traveling and wanting to go to beautiful places, and then I'm like, I guess I take for granted that I grew up here and that I can come back here whenever. It really is so beautiful though. Like, some people would find this like an amazing vacation spot, I suppose. This is such a cool looking Whole Foods. Mary does not understand why I'm so excited. I love that they have couches over there. This place is cool. It is sometime between 1:30 and 2. And I was just thinking about how this is like the magical time of day for me. This is when I feel like everything begins. Last night I think I went to bed around 6 a.m., which doesn't fully qualify as last night, but it's just been my shift lately. It's just nice when everybody else goes to bed and I just get to work by myself and ponder life for 3 or 4 hours. And then I wake up later in the day and everyone else has already started their day, and it's working for me, although I'm not quite getting enough sleep, especially because like when I go to bed when it's just starting to get light out, I don't get enough sleep during the dark, and there's no blackout shades like I have at home. And, you know, it's just all the noise and commotion of everybody else being up and the day starting and all of that. So I think I got up at like 1 o'clock today. So I haven't really gotten a solid 8 hours yet. So that's going to need to shift. But I don't know. I'm trying to be just really gentle with myself while I'm here. And I know I've said this multiple times already, but I just cannot believe how fast time is going by. It's blowing my mind that as of today, I've been here a week. And it does not feel like it's been a week at all. I guess the wedding shifted that, and visiting my grandpa. It's interesting in terms of my grandpa, like I felt resistant to calling him. I think I felt more compelled to call him before I saw him, because I was so concerned that I wouldn't get to see him, and like I wanted to kind of make up for that by talking to him a lot. And now, like, I don't know, I just haven't wanted to call him, and I feel guilty about that. My dad talks to him, my aunt and uncle talk to him, but I wonder if he's like wondering why I haven't called him. But his mind is changing so much. He's been like hallucinating and getting really confused, disoriented. It's interesting now. It's like kind of scary, but also less so. Maybe because I've seen him, I've been around my dad, and like I just feel more grounded in my grandpa and his state right now. I feel like I've made a lot of peace with it over the past month. But like I keep saying, every day's a new day. And I really feel like I should call him and just keep calling him every day. Just gotta get into that mode. At Whole Foods was really, really nice tonight. Actually, one thing I didn't mention is that like I got into this like small argument with my dad and my sister earlier before my walk or my jog. And the jog really helped, although then like something else happened, which I'm not going to get into. Like there's certain parts of my life that are really personal that I don't currently feel comfortable discussing on camera. But sometimes I wish I did share everything in my life, because it feels kind of weird not to share certain things with you, because I feel like there's like this deep friendship through this channel. But anyways, yeah, so it's interesting how like I had this little fight with my dad and my sister, and I like kind of stormed out of the house, and like my whole jog I was like processing that and thinking like, how can I deal with this better? Like every time I'm home, I feel like my confrontations with my family really give me an opportunity to grow as a person and identify patterns within myself and identify things that I've been dealing with for a while and how they've shown up in different elements of my life. So that was actually good. And then I just thought it was funny that like I got down to the beach and I sat down on that bench, and then something else happened in my personal life, and I was like, oh. And then like I spent my whole jog home processing that, and the rest of the night processing that, and that actually made the fight with my dad and my sister like less important. So it's always relative. And then I got home, and my dad and my sister, we all just kind of like forgot it happened. We went to Whole Foods together. My sister and I hung out, snacked on a lot of things, and ended up watching Stranger Things on Netflix. I've actually already watched it. It's a newer series on Netflix. Came out like, I don't know, 2 months ago or something like that. If you haven't seen it, it's really worth checking out at least. I've heard some. I dropped my phone. Anyways, if any of you have been watching Stranger Things, let me know in a comment. I love hearing from you guys about your opinions on different television shows. So yeah, it's been fun watching that with my sister. And then she just went to bed. So now my night begins. I'm gonna edit at least one vlog. I actually feel inspired to edit today's vlog as well and have that ready to go. And then I keep procrastinating that other project I mentioned last night. But I did start working on it, and I just kind of got to push myself through to get the rest of it finished. And there really isn't that much work to do, but I feel really resistant to working while I'm out here. I really need to though, because I gotta keep the finances rolling in. You know, I had this hope that I would somehow get all my work done and be able to just like enjoy it here, but I guess like I don't have that much work going on, and it's part of being an entrepreneur. you can travel wherever you want, you can have whatever schedule you want, but you're pretty much working every single day, even if you're on vacation. I cannot complain. I love my work. And I was thinking earlier that I really hope that I will work on Eco Vegan Pal at some point while I'm here, but given how fast time is going by, I don't know, this month, it's flying by, and then I'm going to get home and it's going to be October, back to LA, and it's going to be October, and we'll be back in that LA whirlwind, and then it's going to be the holidays, the end of the year, like, what? I don't know. Just gotta keep staying present, like I said earlier, and slowing down, and savoring the moments, and trying not to take on too much, because when time goes by fast, I don't know about you, but it just makes me really wanna like slow the pace and focus on what's really, really important, not just busy work and not just like filling your day full of things. And that's the interesting part too, is like not much happened today, but it still went by really fast. So where did the days go when you were a kid and it felt like every day was an eternity? And when you didn't have something to do, you were bored out of your mind and just like dying for something to do. And now as adults, we often are just wishing that we were bored. We were wishing we had nothing to do all day and all we could do is curl up and read a book. Perspective, it's all relative. All right, I'm gonna go to work. Unless I have anything else interesting to say, I'll leave it here tonight and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.